crazy. Never active where I started. It's kind of trippy.
I'm very happy to be sitting up here with all these people. They're incredible. My name is Micky Alfred. I own a company called Illegal Civilization. I started filming skating when I was 10 years old. And the short version of the story is I ended up going to a kid film program when I was 11. I played my short film in front of this class of a couple hundred kids, and at the end, no one clapped, and the teacher got on the mic and he goes, "Next." And I was crushed, and I'm like, oh wow, maybe I'm not supposed to film, I'm not supposed to do anything that has to do with film. The next kid goes up, and he's maybe 13, he's 2 years older than me. He sits in front of the class and he crosses his legs. He's like, before my film plays, I just want to tell you guys I'm very inspired by Jean-Luc Godard. And I'm looking at this kid like, fuck you. His movie plays, and it's 8 minutes of a New York sidewalk with no talking, no music, no nothing. And at the end, the class gives him a standing ovation, and the teacher comes up and says, "This kid's brave, this kid is inventive, this is the future of filmmaking." I got back to tell him I'm never going to college, I'm never going to film school, but I can do this. I know I can film, I can work in film, and I just kept it going, and now we're here. I'm 23, turn 24 tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
I'm bad at math too, but started I was 10, if I'm 24 tomorrow. However many years that is. Spent a long time filming, skating, and building a company, so very excited to still be doing this. So,
26 years old, and I have a company called JHF, Just Have Fun. It pretty much just started when I was a little kid, when I first started skating, when I was about 12, 13 years old. And I think I started JHF 4 years ago, 2016 or 2015.
I'm going to tell a really short version of it. I started skating because my neighbor in my cul-de-sac, he got a Sector 9 longboard. It's really sick. And when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to leave our cul-de-sac. So I could go play outside, but I couldn't go into the neighborhood. And when he got that skateboard, it was the first time I was allowed to circle the block. And that feeling of being alone, and you're like, 8 or 9, and you go, wow, this thing with 4 wheels has liberated me. It freed me from the cul-de-sac. And that feeling kind of got me addicted to it. So that's what got me into skating. And then the industry question, I met this kid, Justice Ott, who's from Arizona, who just moved to LA. And Ty Evans was my favorite filmer of all time. Yes. I was obsessed with him. And I tried to meet him a bunch of times, and I'd see him at events and stuff, and it just would never work. And Justice moved to LA and somehow met him, and then became his assistant filmer. And I hated Justice so much. But when we got to know each other, I'm like, oh, Justice is incredible, he's a good guy. And he would keep trying to introduce me to Ty, and it just wouldn't work. And one day, we were at a skate park, and there was a girl in chocolate bun. I might have been 13 years old. And Ty was sitting in the van, and he had these glasses on that were weird. So when you looked, you saw yourself. And I was super nervous, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna walk up to the window. And I took all this courage, and I walked up, and I knocked on the window, and without even looking at me, he goes. And I thought, oh my God, I fucked up. This was my one chance to meet him, and I fucked it up. And I start to walk away, and he rolls the window down and goes, I'm on the phone, give me 20 seconds. He rolls the window back up. And I'm waiting there, my heart's beating super fast, and my hands are getting all clammy, and he gets out, and he says, what's up, man? And anyone who knows who Ty Evans is, he's fucking huge. He's 6'3" or 6'4". And I'm 13, so he's gonna be this tall. And I'm looking up at him, and I'm like, I just want to say, I'm a filmer, I'm working on skate videos. I would love to be able to come skate with you, and if I could learn from you. And he gave me his email. He never hit me up, but sometimes he would tell Justice, oh, go film with Guy Mariano. And Justice started getting busy. So then it'd be like, oh, Jim Greco wants to film with Ty, but Ty can't do it, so he passes it to Justice, and then Justice can't do it, so he passes it to me. So I was in like 9th grade or 10th grade, and I'll be texting with Jim Greco, I'll be texting Guy Mariano, and they'll be like, oh, do you have this camera and this fish eye? Yeah, I got it. I got shit. I would ask Justice, let me borrow yours, or I'll go to Ty's house and borrow his, and just filming with Guy, and filming with Costin, and filming with Reynolds and Greco, that was kind of my way into the industry. Wow.
Two more teams. Always say yes and figure it out later. And always don't be afraid to ask. Like, ask your heroes. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I see people here with notebooks, people are taking this very seriously. Something that keeps popping up in everyone's stories is it took so fucking long. And sometimes in life it's like, oh, you're 25, you should be doing this, or oh, you're 30, you should be doing this. Age doesn't matter, go on your timeline, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And the only reason I'm saying that is because it's like everyone took so long. Anthony and Jordan's here, Jordan Maxim, they remember when I was in 9th grade, 10th grade, going out filming. It takes for fucking ever to do anything, so.
Greatness takes time, for sure. It doesn't happen overnight.
When you pour yourself into something and you kill yourself and you try so hard to make this part, people feel it when they watch it. But when you just make something in 2 hours at the skate park, people feel that too. So.
Or just make a t-shirt.
Oh yeah, I know the skate industry goes way past the skate park. We got other teams.
It goes way past Instagram too.
Yeah, way past
I think
Instagram.
people at the companies, if you want to be sponsored and you want to travel and be on a relevant team, you kind of put Instagram aside and really connect with the team riders and the brand itself. So.
And I think I'm so sorry to keep. If you have a brand, I think so much of what people say these days is, make sure your YouTube's good, make sure your Instagram's good. I've found that we can get 1 million views on a video and it equals no sales.
Yeah.
The most important thing is person-to-person connection. And I feel like that's something that's getting so lost in today's business conversations. Yes, it's important to have a good Instagram, but it's more important to have real connections with people who really like you and know you.
Stick to what you know. Stick to, if you have passion for it and you love it, just go with it. Dealing with social media, Instagram has a lot of temptation. Try not to switch up your dream because you see something else, see someone else doing something, because that works for them and probably won't work for you. Just stick to what you know and run with it and make sure you're having fun with whatever you're doing. This world's crazy and it's definitely hard and you're definitely gonna hit some bumps on the way to greatness, but we're all on that journey and you gotta just keep your head high and fucking work hard, the grind doesn't stop.
So this advice was very important to me and hopefully it'll be important to y'all. Growing up, I'm black obviously, so my parents would always tell me, you need to make money, everything's about money, everything's about numbers. When you go pitch people, tell them how rich they're going to be after they work with you. And that's not the way to success at all. Hey, be quiet! No, shut up! Yeah. But my parents would always say, make money. When you meet with people, tell them they're going to be so rich. And, that is not true at all. I got to work with Converse last year, and for years I'm like, I want to make shoes, and could just never make it happen. And I realized every time I would be in the meeting, I'd say, this thing is going to sell so much, and we're going to make all this money, and blah, blah, blah. And they would look at me and go, bro, we make Chuck Taylors. We're $1 billion company. Do you think we need you to make money? They don't need you. What you have to do is go in there with a good idea. So once I learned that, I could do everything. All these companies, they need ideas. They don't need money. Nike doesn't need you.
Alright, so the advice I have is, it's a little bit different than what these guys are talking about. This is just like at the beginning of making your own company. Make sure you take care of all the legal, you know, all the legal stuff. LegalZoom, that helps you, lines it up. Shopify can help you, business licenses, like you gotta take care of all the legal before you start pumping out product, because then you're just gonna get taxed at the end of the day.
Trademark.
Yeah, trademark, copyright, all of that, you know, and that's kind of like my experience with all this is, you know, make sure you take care of the legal before you get into something, you know.
One other thing you said that made me think of a good quote, or two good quotes. Someone said, don't chase anything, because when you're chasing it, that means it's running from you.
Yep.
That's great. And one thing you said about, you know, don't think you know everything. Also, don't hold your business or whatever you're doing too close to you. Because when you hold it too close, you choke it, and then it dies.
Yep.
So, you know, be able to have that brevity and be able to listen to other people and let other people take the reins. Yes.